Research Imaging Institute is an imaging research resource. We provide imaging expertise, we provide know-how and innovation to take projects from the various early stages all the way to market. One of the things that we're doing that's really quite unique is focusing on translational research, to use these human imaging techniques in animals. It requires modification, it requires invention, but it means that we can develop techniques in humans and then test them in animals and study processes more deeply.
This is an environment that really is at the pinnacle of being able to do brain research in humans or animals. These are structural brain images of patients who have a speech disorder and brain injuries. We're the first group in the world to look at this particular speech disorder using these imaging techniques. We are actually relating this type of data, structural data, to functional data, which will allow us to develop a far better therapy than exists.
The primary focus of my research is to look at traumatic brain injury in animal models. I am combining a number of different techniques that are not commonly combined. In vivo MRI imaging, and I can longitudinally monitor one animal over time. But I also use a lot of behavioral experiments in conjunction with that. I can also use in vivo microscopy. And then we also have a molecular lab here in the Research Imaging Institute that also allows us to look at ex vivo markers of disease.
That work that you're doing allows people like me, who work at a big system level, to think at a different level of science and think about how the therapies that we develop or diagnostic tools might benefit from understanding those very basic mechanisms at that level.
Prostate imaging work is really very exciting.
We are starting a novel MRI that can help us identify lesions in the prostate.
We're using an animal model such as the baboon, and we're testing a biological agent that is activated by human or primate PSA.
The big picture is to diagnose prostate cancer non-invasively and then follow it over time, also non-invasively.
And then take that into the industry so that we can then approach the marketing of a tool that we have been working with for several years in a way that's predictable and reproducible.
The age of silo research is no more. Just being in the building was really beneficial to talk with other people, figure out what they're doing, how does it apply to you, and that's been a real benefit. It's a true melting pot.
What we're incredibly blessed to have here is a really diverse group of people. We've got the basic sciences covered, we've got the engineering covered, we've got the people that can do the translational research, and then we've got the clinicians. And that level of interaction is unique in my experience.
An extremely exciting project that's very far along is the retinal work.
We study glaucoma, both in animal models of glaucoma as well as in human.
We're evaluating novel new drugs and looking at their effects on both intraocular pressure as well as their effects on ocular blood flow.
We can take these imaging techniques that were really perfected in the mouse and apply them into humans. And this translation is really very far along. We span the gamut of project development. We have NIH-funded projects that are moving through the basic science phase. We have clinical trials, and we also have spin-off companies that have been created using this technology and are actually in the process of moving technologies that have been either developed here or hardened and validated here out into the marketplace. And we love that breadth of portfolio, that at whatever level your invention, your idea might be, we can help.